I'm gonna record this with more energy because, oh god, I was yawning every clip. I'm sorry. So, there's a couple who's been on my mind since their release, and that's emil. I'm sure if you were there when they got released, you heard the arguments like, are they toxic or are they healthy? Like, those type of arguments constantly everywhere. Very frustrating. I remember when before they were released, more like when their backstory was released, I remember I would see people say, oh my god, it's a doctor and a patient. This is so bad. And yeah, it is bad. But were they bad together? Not necessarily. The argument that Ada abused emil is very like, okay, but where's the source? Because Ada, from what I read, as a big Ada emil fanatic, I've read Ada's backstory, I've read emil's backstory, I've read both of their backstories together. Like, I watched the video like 5 times. And I don't see it. I don't see where Ada in any way tried to harm emil, tried to be any kind of evil towards him. She didn't prescribe him anything harmful, really. She just wanted the best for him because she saw how the nurses or doctors were treating him before she met him and was like, oh, I don't want you to get harmed when you're supposed to be helped. And she did that. She did hypnosis on him and it helped a lot. But eventually, if you saw the video, the symptoms of his were coming back faster, even with the treatment. So, she's very, like, she wants to help him. And I know I repeated that. But she saw how he was going back to how he was before the treatment and was like, well, I'm just going to keep helping you with my hypnosis. And she doesn't understand that the hypnosis doesn't work on him anymore, which is very sad. I wish what she was doing did help him more than it did. But I guess I don't even know what emil had. He had some kind of illness, mental illness. But yeah, it's tough. But in that instance, Ada never tried to, give him wrong treatments or anything that would rather hurt him than help him. And because of that, that's how emil liked her. Because she actually helped him instead of hurt him with those needles and those surgeries. So, that's how I view it. I know people can view it very differently. I've seen people view it very differently. That's why I'm making this video, so I can provide some assistance of how to view it. You can view it however you want. Backstories and characters are all coming from a perspective. You could always change your opinion about them. Like, controversial opinion, I don't really like Norden, but there's a lot of people who do, and I consider his backstory pretty nice and stuff, but personally, not my favorite character. I don't know how he went to Norden, but back to what I was saying. So, that argument that Ada was abusive to emil is contradicting itself, because never in what way did she try to hurt him. And neither did emil feel hurt by her or scared by her. I mean, you see how he is. He always wants to be with her. What man? I know he's not mentally well. But even if you're mentally unwell, I think there's some mental illness that does cause you to not see who's bad and good for you. But in some capacity, he understood that, oh, she's not trying to hurt me, she's trying to help me. And that fascinated him. It really did. And I guess, Ada really saw that he liked her. So he shot his shot and it shot. And yeah. Also just seen people who say they don't like straight couples. You might be hearing my dog drink his water. I'm sorry. I've heard people say they just don't like straight couples and straight couple ships. It's weird to say that. I personally don't care straight or not, unless it's like, I'm gonna mention the scariest thing ever, Zuko and May. Oh my god, don't get me started. I'm sorry, this is becoming an Avatar Norden rant, but there are a couple I could say I don't like straight couples. Besides that, I could actually use them as an example. In my opinion, I know people like Zuko and May. Don't know how to say her name still. They like them, but I personally don't, because one, May never heard Zuko out with any of his frustrations, and Zuko just felt like, from what I saw, wasn't really into the relationship like he was, but he saw May wasn't really into it, like she was just playing around with him kind of. And that's where it's like a couple that's like, oh, do you really want to be together? And they stay together. I don't know, it's very odd. So yeah, that's a relationship I could say like, ew, I don't like them. But anyway, it's like, ooh, I mean, they're a little weird with their situation, but are they really hurting each other or not liking each other? No, they did love each other, and hell, I even think Ada killed herself after Emil died, because Emil was the only thing she had left in her life. And it's sad, because I do feel like Emil shouldn't have been the only thing that kept her going, but he was, and so was Emil. Emil didn't see anything other in life besides Ada, which is where the unhealthy part lies. So yeah. Also, Ada and Emil, duos, couples, and IDV, please go touch some grass. Y'all piss me off. Like the weird ones, not like the good supporting ones. So I'm going to make my outro now. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. It's very informational.
Something bugs me about the way you lick your envelope so